And it's the opposite of ego. Like we were talking about last week, we kind of finished the podcast on that concept of like choosing love or fear.
Yeah.
Like the ego is fear embodied. That's
Yeah.
all it is. And Ryan finishes the book with the same thing. That's exactly how he finishes it. He's
Yeah.
like, you, at the end of the day, the only option is to choose love.
Yeah.
Because ego is a protection mechanism and protection from fear. That's what it is. At the end of the day, really, there's nothing more. You don't need to be protected from anything except for your own fear. Because if you had courage, you could face anything. Even if there's a tiger coming at you, you don't necessarily need to be protected from the tiger. You need to have enough courage to be able to use the protection that's available to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Depends on what protection you have.
yeah. Certain
100%.
types of protection are not going to be that effective against a tiger, but having the wisdom to know which protection to use.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Or were you thinking about putting a condom on to deal with a tiger?
No, I wasn't thinking that way at all. But if you did have a condom and you're really quick, you could maybe like wrap it around his head so you can't bite.
Or you could slingshot it at its eyeball. You know what I mean? That could work. Like, but you'd have to unroll it, then slingshot it right in his. He'd probably, if it smelled like bananas, he'd be like, "What's that?"
I was actually taking a serious thought. I was like, because even though if a tiger's coming at you, you think certain death, but if you can eradicate the fear, you'd probably maybe be able to in that present moment have the courage to look down and go, "Fuck, that stick is spiky," and then have enough time to bring it up and stab him.
Yes.
But the fear would stop you from doing that. But if you could be present and not be in fear, even an average person might be able to grab a stick in time and do some kind of cool Stone Age man stuff and watch the tiger impale himself.
Yeah. But that is like, it's the wherewithal to have, like having the weapons available to you is only good enough if you can choose, if you can actively take the chance to use them. It's the same with Muay Thai. You've trained all these weapons, you know they exist, but if you freeze in the moment, you're not going to use them. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you've done a jab before. If you don't have the clarity of mind to be able to do the jab, you're not going to be able to do it. Even, it doesn't matter how many condoms you have in your pocket if you're not going to think about it enough to pull it out and flick it at the tiger's eye.
What about like
just throw pocketfuls of condoms at everything. That's the solution to life.